Hello and happy Friday. The weekend is just around the corner and let's check out the weather for the next few days. There is some rain in southern areas, mostly fine for a lot of the country. We'll dive in with a look at radar imagery from Friday morning, and there's only really one part of the country getting notable rain at the moment, so we'll zoom in for a closer look at this band of moisture across southern WA. And if you look closely, you can see a few little yellow areas in the rainfall. That is areas of locally heavier falls through this region, and there has been some thunderstorms there this morning as well. It is forecast to continue raining through parts of southern WA for the next day or two, and throughout the weekend. This is a look at how much rainfall we can expect. This is accumulated rain Friday, Saturday, Sunday all together on the map, and by the end of the weekend some dark blues are showing up, which is 25 millimetres or more, and we might see those sort of totals through parts of the southern goldfields and down around the south coast and the Eucla forecast districts. For the rest of the country, Australia is somewhat straddled by high pressure, with one high out here over the Tasman and a second high building down here in the Bight. But between the two, we have this long trough of lower pressure, which will play a part in the weather on Sunday and Monday. Elsewhere, a couple of features down here in the southeast to note, and that's where we're going to start when we look at how this pattern affects the overall weather. We will take a look at the southeast as these fronts move through on Saturday, bringing some patchy rain to Adelaide, Melbourne and Hobart. Canberra's an outside chance at a shower, but mostly just an increase in cloud coverage there as those fronts move through, and by the time you're up to Sydney, those fronts are having very little impact on the day. Aside from some evening cloud, should be pretty decent weather there. Further north, Brisbane is in line for a lovely day on Saturday. Good news too, because the Matildas have their World Cup quarter-final there at 5 o'clock. Great conditions for the match, and broadly across the rest of the country, a fine, clear and warm day for Saturday. Here's a look at temperatures for Saturday afternoon. Looking at the orange shading on the map, those are regions forecast to get 30 degrees or more, large parts of the centre and north of the country. Meanwhile, it is cooler in the southeast associated with these passing fronts, with temperatures in the mid-teens from Canberra across to Adelaide. To Sunday now, and we will see the slightly cooler weather and the showers push a little bit up the New South Wales coast, and that does mean a few showers for Sydney to round out the weekend. There will continue to be some patchy falls around ACT and Canberra, also around Adelaide and southern South Australia, but Melbourne and Hobart should have a decent day for Sunday. Elsewhere, all the showers along the Queensland coast from earlier in the week have well and truly cleared by Sunday, so it's fine from Brisbane up to Cairns, and it continues to be clear, settled and once again warm through the centre of the country. Large parts of the continent above 30 degrees on Sunday. That's the oranges, remember, all through the centre and the north. That's a lot of the country, but for a lot of Australians, the larger urban centres are having some cooler conditions. This time Sydney drops down into the teens, and if anything, the temperatures are slightly cooler for the rest of the southeast, so it is a little bit of a chilly weekend for those of you in Victoria and Tasmania. If you want to see how next week is shaping up, you can get the early outlook through these places here, the website and through our social media channels. That's it from me for today. We will catch you again next time.